into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yes.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Modern Family Season 6, Episode 12, called Big Guns. I am your host, Jessie Owen, and joining me are my awesome co-hosts.
I'm Steve Kaufmann. I actually forgot to ask for the Milli Vanilli song to bring us in. But then I would have had to find one where it would have skipped right in the middle. Girl, you know it. Girl, you know it. Girl, you know it. Girl, you know it. And we'd all just be looking at each other weirdly.
No, we don't even need the song because we have your version.
I had to recreate what I thought it would be.
And we would just say, you know, we sang it because it wouldn't be any different from Milli Vanilli.
And I'm Carli Carsow. Hi, guys.
And I'm Britta Garsow. Hey.
Yay,
Woo.
we're all back.
Yes, full strength.
Yes. And sadly, this is my last show.
It's so sad.
Oh, I'm so sad. I'm relocating to Mississippi, guys. Long story.
But she'll be back.
Everyone wish her luck.
Yeah.
Yes. So, anyways, let's get started with the show.
Yes.
I have some going away music for you.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah. Girl, you know it. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's talk about the boat. That was not even a cool boat.
It was hideous.
To be fair, that was a really cool garage boat. That was a really good not ever put it in the water boat.
But you know what? It
Sorry,
had
I know my boats, guys.
it had 4 aces, so that made it all better, right, guys?
Super classy, y'all.
Not trashy
Oh my
at all.
gosh. So the question is, what would you guys do? Would you handle it like Claire and Phil did? Oh god.
I wouldn't. I would talk to them first, which I guess they did. And I would actually bring a baked good. I'm like one of those people. So I think the banana bread was a really nice gesture. But I think Claire was just a little too, like, I understand, and it was there for 3 weeks, but that she actually called the police on them, like, multiple times.
I would call. Because I just feel like if you can't even pull in your driveway, like, it's an obstruction. And they had it was a boat, but, like, obviously it's meant to be in water. And so I think that, I don't know, I probably would call and hope that it was left anonymous, but
What would you guys do?
I would probably, I'm weird in the sense that I fear, like, that kind of conflict. Like, I go out of my way a lot of the time to just, like, what's the path of least resistance here? I think it's growing up being, like, huge, that, like, everyone would assume I'm the bully, and I was never the bully. So, like, even in my, like, everyday interactions, I always have to find that middle ground, and I think what I would do is find some way to like, hey guys, could you, like, move the boat so my door doesn't hit it?
yeah.
Knowing full well the only answer is to just move the boat completely.
Yeah, that's true. I think that, before I would call, I would definitely talk to them, but me way more direct than they were. I felt like they were kind of like tiptoeing around what they really wanted to happen. And so, and Ronnie and Amber aren't like the brightest bulbs, so I think that they didn't even get the hint, and then they were just offended. So I would probably just really, like, literally ask them flat out, would you please move your boat? And then if they didn't, call.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm the type of person that I don't like conflict either, but I will say something. But first, I'll call my mom and I'll call my sister and all them and get their opinions on what to say, and then I'll, like, be really nice. And then when they say no, that's when I'm like, oh hell no. No. And then I'll call whoever I need to call. So I don't know. I guess I would have handled it the same way.
Yeah, besides bringing in the retirees.
I wouldn't have done that. No.
That's
The convoy of retirees.
good for that. It was because he just wanted to spend more time with his dad.
Yeah.
But Man, that was not a
It was
well-thought
not a
plan.
good decision
No.
because his
Not a good
dad is
plan.
too lovable. Which is
So much
really
like
cute
that.
that's how he sees his dad. I think that's
Yeah,
really
it
fun
is
and cute.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that boat. This episode
The
was
jackpot. The boat has a name, guys. It's
The
the jackpot.
jackpot.
Is it because you sell pot?
Oh my God, that's amazing.
This episode did not have a ton of topics to really talk about. We have the boat.
But the neighbors did return, which we were like waiting for.
We were waiting for the neighbors to return. So
It was one of our predictions. I did put, I
Yeah.
was like, the neighbors!
Yeah.
Like, I was really excited to see it. But I'm ready for them to actually start hanging out. Like, I guess I could go ahead and say my prediction because there will be other predictions.
Yeah.
But my prediction is that Claire and Phil will smoke pot with, what are the neighbors' names?
Ronnie
and Amber.
Ronnie and Amber. I hope that they'll smoke weed with them.
That'd be funny. Isn't it weird how we didn't see the son? Like, we saw the daughter.
Yeah, where's the
The
sun?
son wasn't
I
there.
guess the sun. Guess the sun's not a fan of boats.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what happens with Luke and the daughter. Although I think she's a total bitch.
She really
Yeah.
is.
But I don't know. I kind of like the way the tables were turning at the end. How Alex was actually giving him
was
advice.
cute.
instead
That
of
was really
Haley.
cute, like a big sister, and I liked that.
Although I ran into that a lot as a child, where as a young adult, I'd run into a woman that I find very attractive, and then I'd just lay those cards on the table, and she'd go like, "Oh, that's so pathetic," and I'd be like, "I'm uninterested in you now."
She really said that's pathetic.
I think I don't think it was.
Wait, you laid cards on a table?
Yes, I had physical. No, but just the hey,
It's a phrase.
the hey, I find you very attractive. I'd like to take you out on a
That's what I
date.
thought. I thought it was like I put all my cards. No, I thought that's what he was saying. Like I laid all my cards out, but then she said I was pathetic, and I was like, wait, you actually laid the cards?
So you were playing a card.
I was a magician. I find nothing pathetic about that. Okay, now I'm a little.
Really, some girl called you pathetic?
Yeah.
That is true.
Multiple
Whoever
times.
said that to him, take
it's-
it back.
But it would just be like I'd be 15 and I'd be like, "Hey, I find you very attractive. I'd like to take you out sometime." And she'd be like,
She could have just said I'm flattered, but
"No,
But I have a
guess-
boyfriend.
Or I'm just,
I
I'm
guess
sorry,
I
I
guess
don't see you that way.
I guess I liked women who are also not nice people.
Yeah.
I hope that
Ooh.
changed.
It has.
Good. Because nice people are the best.
But Luke's still falling for this woman.
I can't even deal with this right
I'm like looking at you and laughing.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Luke fell for her, but Luke would be the one to fall for the girl that gives him,
But if you think
does
about
not give
it,
him the time of day.
think about it. Phil and Claire, like Claire's kind of mean.
She is.
She's aggressive.
And Phil's like Luke, so it kind of makes sense, you know.
Yeah, but
That's
Claire
very
would. I don't
true.
think Claire would ever act like that girl did.
She might have when she was younger,
Maybe
though.
it's true.
Yeah.
Because maybe Haley would.
I was
and
gonna say they
feel-
talk about how Claire and Haley are a lot alike, and so I think she probably would have been a little bit
Because
snippy.
I remember being like younger, and I wasn't like always the nicest. I will say that, but I was also young and immature, and
Do we know how old the neighbor is? The girl?
I think she looks around Luke's age, like in high school.
yeah,
Well,
I
He's
think she's-
16, right?
Yes.
He is.
So,
So, I think he is Luke's.
I think she's a Hollywood 16. Meaning she's probably our age. The actress is probably.
Because Luke is actually 16 in real life.
Yeah, Luke is actually
Yeah.
but you don't have 16-year-olds in bikinis. That's just a recipe for
Oh,
for
that's true.
disaster.
I
yeah,
didn't
it's
even
like
think of that.
illegal.
So she has to be 18.
Yeah.
Have y'all
So-
ever played that card where you played that card?
What game are we talking about?
Yeah, you know how she was like trying to act like, oh, I'm act all tough, but I've never been with anyone. And Luke was like, oh, me neither. And then she's like, ooh.
Oh, I knew she was gonna. I knew she was tricking him.
Like, have y'all ever done that to someone? Like, tried to play that little card, like, to get sympathy, and then found out that they were just as equally low as you, and just were like, nope, not having it.
No.
I thought she was lying.
I thought she was lying too.
Yeah,
I thought she was lying too. I think she was lying to make him feel worse about himself.
Yeah, like that was all just this. It was just all this game to
But
deal
what
with
if
this person.
What if? I wonder how it would have been if he would have been like, oh, really? That sucks. I can teach you. I just want to see what her reaction would have been then.
She would have been shocked, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Then we would have found out the truth.
know.
See, there was
We'll find it out eventually.
Yeah, if they bring them back, they're like so rare, the neighbors, to be in an episode now.
Yeah, like after seeing them in this episode, I was like, I mean, it'd be cool if they got high together, but I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. It's just, they're not doing it for me anymore. Like, they're not even really that funny. They're just kind of like annoying and causing problems and conflict.
Yeah.
And the
I
boat
agree.
outside is not on brand.
Just bring Andy back. Come on.
Andy. Such a gem.
Oh,
He is.
oh, Andy.
We need him on the show.
He's probably taking a break because the Workaholic starts tonight.
Yeah.
New Workaholics.
Oh, well, that's what I'm doing tonight, guys. I usually miss that series completely and then catch up on it in like one day. Whereas
What
like I
network
never
is it on?
Comedy Central.
Okay.
And like I just completely miss all the advertisements. Like, oh, it's coming back, and then it's 8 weeks later, and I'm just like, oh, I'm watching 8 of these.
That's the best though.
I think that's most of our
watch.
watch patterns now.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of comedy, let's talk about Lisbo.
It's a good segue.
I just don't really like Lily.
I know.
Yeah, I
She
think
was
she's a
extra
total
bratty.
We've never been a fan, and then sometimes she's cute, and then she was
She
just
got
bratty.
violent, which is so that's just.
But she was clown violent. There's
Yeah.
a different.
Still, she's a
Like, she
child.
was gonna hit him
shouldn't
with
be
the
hitting-
frying pan.
She shouldn't be
Not
hitting
dressed
her
as a
father.
clown. I'm with you. That was violent.
Yeah.
Everything before that was clown violence.
And I was kind of disappointed that Cam, as a father, didn't stand up and be
Yeah.
like, you can't treat me like this. I'm your father.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like, where's the discipline? And I think that's why we think she's such a little brat.
Yeah, well, because Cam never wants to be the bad guy. It's always Mitchell, but that would have been the perfect opportunity for him to, like, stand up to her, but he didn't.
Right. I mean, she was throwing some pretty hard punches. Like,
yeah, that toilet punching like toy bag thing, whatever that was.
yeah.
That looked expensive, guys.
Yeah.
I priced those as a child. Those are not cheap.
It did look expensive.
I would not tolerate that. I don't care if they were the sweetest child before. If my child hit me once, I would be like, okay, no more. Twice, I might kill my child.
Yeah. Like he thought she was trying to do it to like make Mitchell laugh, but then still, like I would just be like, talk to her together and have Mitchell say like, I just want you to be like a normal clown, like not a violent clown. And
Did
then
you
have
guys... Sorry.
Cam tell her like that's not acceptable. But they kind of don't really communicate like as parents.
Yeah,
that well.
they don't. Did you guys think that Lily liked being a clown? Or, like, I was surprised when she said she didn't. Were you surprised?
No, I thought she did. I thought she didn't like being a clown the way her dad was teaching it, but she liked. Like, I think part of her liked being Lisbo and just like hitting her dad with things.
Yeah, I thought
Like,
she enjoyed it.
There was a sadistic side there,
Yeah.
but not too much because it's clown violence, guys.
It's so
but it's
violent.
Violence is not violence if a clown is hitting another clown.
No, it's
It's
violence.
Okay.
One thing I have to point out that I did notice in this episode with Lily and the relationship between her and Cam, and then Mitch not saying anything, and then also the relationship with Claire and the neighbors, and Phil not at first saying anything. I noticed that the difference, like when your wife or husband, boyfriend, whatever they may be, clown, it, whatever, when they should take up for you. You know, that's like always a big issue. Like, I always think like a girl or a boy should take up for whoever they're with, married or not, even when
Phil
they're
always
wrong.
stands up for Claire.
Yeah.
Always.
But then you remember when they were on the boat and like, what did she say? It was something like she said something to the neighbors, and he was like, "No, this is her real hair you don't like." Like,
But he didn't.
Not her
mean-
natural color.
He was like trying to help.
right.
It is Phil way.
Yeah.
That's still cute though.
Yeah. No, they're cute.
But do you know what I'm talking about? How like, when is it appropriate? Not like, should you always take up for your spouse, or should you always take up whoever they are? I'm just gonna say boyfriend, girlfriend, because I'm not married.
Your significant other.
Yes.
Significant other.
Your person.
Yeah.
Your
I would like to think so.
I would think so, but then there's like situations where, I mean, you should never feel obligated. I feel like if you feel like you're upset that someone's attacking that person or like something like that, and you feel like upset that so much so you want to say something, then that's great, but you shouldn't feel obligated just because they're your significant other.
But usually when you love someone,
yeah, exactly. So you
don't
probably will, but like don't do it just because. Do it because you actually feel terrible that this person.
Well, that's a good thing you said that, because if you don't feel it, then you should question your relationship.
Exactly. That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, because I definitely feel like you, even when your spouse is wrong, you should always take up for them. Like, you don't have to like beat someone up for saying, you know, I'm not saying go to that extreme, but you could even say something like, I know they may be wrong, but you're is equally wrong here, and you know.
Yeah, even if you don't agree
just
with
be on their side.
Yeah, even if you don't agree with what they're saying, you don't have to agree and put your 2 cents in, but just like make someone, if someone disrespects like your significant other, just tell them like that's not okay, basically.
Like, hey, disrespecting your significant other versus like when your significant other is just dead wrong.
Yeah.
And you just have to, like, do you think she's right? Nope, but I'm on her side.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I think we all agree.
Yeah. Let's go back to Lisbo. And let's talk about
Love that name.
The name in general.
Right. If we all had, okay, just put yourself in a scenario. I know we don't have kids right now, or if we will.
Well,
but
with that attitude.
But how far do you push a child to be like you? You know, like, because even like after the whole clown situation was over, then Mitchell said, oh, she's going to be a lawyer. Like, how far do you push your kid?
To the point they're ready to hit you with a pan. No, I'm kidding.
I think a lot of parents like push their kids to be like them just because like they took a certain path and then it worked out for them. So I think they think it'll work for their child. And I think when they're younger, it's okay to like want to put them in sports that you enjoyed as a child and things like that. But when they get older and can start making their own decisions, then they should make their own decisions. Like, I don't think that you need to keep pushing them through their whole life.
Right.
It's within reason. You can tell when a kid's
make them do it.
Yeah, you can tell when a kid's not interested.
But like Cam couldn't tell Lily wasn't interested. He had no idea.
That is fair. Well, that's a sneaky kid. Me, Little League, glove on my head. It was very clear I was not interested.
And your parents didn't make you keep doing it, right?
No.
Yeah.
Not well. I had to finish out the season they paid for.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
They wanted to teach you like not to be a quitter too.
Yeah,
so
that
like
too.
finishing out
It's
the
like,
season is like a good thing that they made you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I caught a lot of balls with a bare hand.
See, oh my God.
Or I didn't catch them. They made it to me, and then I picked them up eventually, and just because the glove was on my head. Why would I put the glove on? I don't
know. I feel like I'm going to really push my kids, like, because my parents, like, they didn't really push me to do the things that I've done. Like I'll never forget, like, I wanted to tumble when I was younger and do gymnastics, and I remember the coach was like mean to me or something. I didn't want to go back. I was like 7, and I told my dad I didn't want to go back, and I didn't go back. And then when I did cheerleading for 10 years, and I always wanted to get into tumbling, and it was harder for me because I didn't learn younger, and I was trying to learn older. So because they let me quit, like, I feel like I didn't get to like advance in cheerleading as I should have.
Well, I think the fact that like you were interested in it initially, like that's kind of different, because I don't think parents should push their kids to do something that they don't want to do, but like you did want to do it, so in that case, yeah, like you could have like probably continued. So like, yeah, I agree with you on that end, because it is like, I mean, our parents like let us stop doing things too, because we kind of would get bored and then like want to try something new. But like figure skating, like I totally wish we would have stuck with that. And so yeah, like there are certain times where I think that being a parent, like pushing, kind of like convincing the child to keep going.
But you don't want your child to be unhappy, like going, if they were like traumatized and like going back, like they're gonna fight you and they're gonna cry. It would be hard.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, if they don't want to go, you know, from the start, just because they're knocking it before they try it, like, you know, don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
So like
definitely.
Lily tried it, and she just didn't like it. Wasn't for her.
Yeah. And
So yeah, they should try it.
Instead of being honest with both their daddies,
Yeah.
And hurting her daddy.
decided to be honest with one of her daddies, and then
And then deceitful to the other.
and then deceitful to the other, and then that's how she got out of it.
Oh, Lily.
She's
she
an
scares
advanced
me.
child.
A little bit.
Oh, gosh. Speaking of children, let's talk about potty training.
Yeah.
That's never a fun thing, right? I'm not sure.
Is there something you guys need to tell me?
I couldn't even get my dogs potty trained for a while. I can only imagine training a human.
I mean, it has to be difficult. But Joe did so good.
I actually think that his tactic was working pretty well. Just sit Joe on the toilet until he has to go.
With
thought that was
with
a
an
pretty
apple
good-
juice in his hand.
Isn't that how you're,
It was a pretty good idea.
isn't that how you're
I
supposed to? I don't.
I think that most people they're like, when you go to the bathroom, let me know when you have to go, and then they're supposed to tell you, and you run them to the toilet.
But if they're
Okay.
playing or
I
something,
think.
why would they come tell
Yeah.
us?
Yeah,
seen that
well, but up
tactic.
until
Yeah.
that moment, their idea of going was just going. Like that
Yeah.
wasn't even a cognizant. That's not even a cognizant thought. So it's very
Yeah.
difficult. You have to then you have to first introduce the idea of you're not supposed to just do that whenever you're ready.
That's true.
You have to go to another room for it. And then you have to explain to them how to do that in another room.
But if
That's
you treat
really
it like a
complicated.
dog and you praise him when he goes, then he's like, oh, it's a good thing to go there.
Yeah,
Positive reinforcement.
that would help.
I'm
I
like
guess
a
that would be helpful.
dog.
Yeah, literally, just like a dog.
Yeah.
Every time they go, you make a sound with the leash, and then they'll eventually go on the sound with the. No one else did. Okay.
I think it's
No one else
funny
did
that
that?
Manny knew everything that he like knew when he went potty train, knew when he spoke his first word. Like I don't know any of that stuff.
He's so smart. I think
And-
that's it.
And
I
he's
don't
just
know
one of
any
those
that
people
either,
who
though.
I think, partially because he was obviously told he was exceptional, but he's one of those people that just kind of believes he's exceptional and everyone else is kind of dumb. Mm-hmm. So he did have a bit of a crushing blow today.
He did.
Of I'm not that special. I'm incredibly normal.
But at the end, his mom made him feel special.
Oh,
again,
yeah.
And
For
he is.
the personality characteristics he has.
Which is more important anyways. Who cares how old you were when you did something everyone does, It's not important.
Yeah, most people could not tell you.
Yeah,
those
exactly.
Answers.
Yeah.
I don't know any of them.
Yeah.
I wonder if I was an overachiever.
I know.
Probably not.
That would be a pretty useless overachievement in the grand scheme of life.
Yeah.
It's like I was 13 months.
Speaking of overachieving, hey, rate us, review us, do all the
Yes.
good stuff on iTunes and YouTube. I was like,
both of those things.
what's that other one called? iTunes and YouTube. Give us 5 stars if you like us. Give us your comments. Not a lot of comments last week. We want to hear your comments. Especially I do. This is my last show. Come on, give me your comments.
Lots of comments.
Yes.
No, this was a bad show to end on.
Should we do predictions?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go into predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV
We
prediction.
should cut off the lights during this. I already said my prediction. I want them to get high, but I should do a real prediction.
That's a real prediction.
That is a real prediction.
I know, but one that'll actually happen.
It might
'Cause
happen.
It's Modern Family. They're the perfect family. I don't think they'll show them.
Maybe
getting
one
high.
of them will.
Maybe. Okay, I predict that Haley's gonna get caught smoking weed over there.
Could happen.
I feel like they joke about that too much. That they'll never. That's. And I think in that world, that's not actually that big a deal.
Well, especially they're in LA. It's legal.
I always forget they're in LA.
So Haley got that job 6 episodes ago,
Yeah,
right?
I was
So
thinking the same thing.
at some point, we're gonna see her at that job.
Because her boss guy was really funny, and
Yeah.
I wanted to see him again.
Wasn't he, canon-wise, wasn't he also the same designer from a couple segments in Ugly Betty?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
That,
was a main character on Ugly Betty.
Okay, then
Uh-huh.
but he's the same character just in
Yeah.
Modern
basically.
Family. I like that a lot.
I do
Me
too.
too.
I want to. That's my prediction. We're gonna see her at that job.
Okay, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
that is good. And then I think hopefully her and Andy, I hope he's back on the show. And then we still want Alex to have a real boyfriend.
I was gonna
we
say
saw the
Alex.
episode where she had a boyfriend, but we didn't really get to see them together. And then she went on another date with that other guy. So I want her to actually continuously date someone.
Yeah, I want Alex to get an actual boyfriend.
And pick a school.
Yeah. Well, I want a boy to make out with her in the science center,
Yeah, the science. Yeah, I think it was
the
Sunday.
science museum.
Museum.
Maybe they will actually show her at the science center of her school or something cliche.
cute.
Yeah, she needs something good to happen.
She
to her.
does. She's kind of like a pessimist, I feel like.
A little bit. The smarter people usually.
She's
That's
middle.
true.
She's the middle child. I'm telling you, it's middle child syndrome.
That's.
My mom has it too.
Okay, anything else?
No, I think those are all
we
my predictions.
covered all the predictions.
Oh, it's over.
No.
Okay, guys, I really am sad I have to leave, but. Thank you. I'll be back in like 6 months to a year.
That's nothing.
No, it isn't. It's gonna fly by.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys are wondering why I'm leaving. My mom is really sick with cancer, so keep her in your prayers and thoughts, and I'm going to go be with her. So until next time. All right, guys, where can we find you?
Okay, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Britta_Garsow.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Carli_Carsow.
You guys can find me at Steve Kaufmann. That's Kaufmann. I also do the Gotham after show and the wrestling pay-per-view after shows.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Miss Jessie Owen. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.